Real estate, real estate, real estate. A lot of people want to go into real estate, but they don't know how to go about it. So this video is to address those that want to go into real estate and they don't know how to go about it. I've had a lot of questions, DMs, a lot of questions. I want to go into real estate, I want to start real estate, I want to start my real estate journey, and they don't really know how to go about it. So this video will help you to basic knowledge that you need to have on about going into real estate. Number one is going to real estate as an investor. And who is an investor? An investor is basically anybody going into real estate to buy for the purpose of capital appreciation, to sell later, or for the purpose of rental income. That's basically who an investor is in real estate. However, if you want to do real estate business, which is the second way to going into real estate, that means you want to buy, you want to sell, and you want to manage. So you are not just going to be a buyer, you're not just going to be a seller, you are probably going into management also. So I'm going to be giving us ways you can go into real estate as an investor and ways you can also go into real estate as a property buyer. Join me. So as an investor, there are different ways you can go into real estate, but I've highlighted these 6 ways you can go into real estate as an investor. Probably you've started making money and you want to start real estate. You know, most people, when they buy their first property, and I ask them, so, okay, why did you buy your first property? Okay, a friend of mine bought a property. That's the reason why I'm going into property. That's the reason why I'm buying my property, or that's the reason why I'm buying my first piece of land. In fact, one of the funny stories that I've had is the fact that somebody said, okay, why did you buy? My mommy said, since I've started making money now, I need to buy my first property. So all those reasons are not wrong, but we need to define a very solid purpose for buying the property. So as an investor, you started making money, you want to go into real estate, and you are looking at how you can go into real estate. So these next 6 points will help you to go into real estate. And please note this, everybody should play in real estate at this level, no matter the level or ways you are making money or the level you are. If you are not started playing real estate at this level, it is very, very, very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous, because real estate will help you to retain your wealth. It will help you to retain your wealth. Probably you have made money in IT, you have made money in banking. It has been proven, one of the fundamental way that you can retain your wealth is through real estate, and you don't want to miss it at all. It's a good vehicle of wealth creation and wealth retention. Real estate is a good vehicle of wealth creation and wealth retention. It appreciates over time. It has been tested, it has been trusted, and it has not failed, especially in a climate in Nigeria. It is real estate only fail when you are debt financing it. I mean, you can watch my other video that talks about financing your project, real estate project. So let's go into the 6 ways you can go into real estate as an investor. Number 1, land buying. You can go into real estate as an investor by just buying land. There's a concept called land banking. Of course, we won't be able to go into the details of land banking because of the short scope of this video. So land banking, that's number 1, land banking. So you can go into real estate by just buying land, hoping that it will appreciate in the future. Of course, there are indices too that can help you to determine where to buy, how to buy, at what point you should buy. I have a video that talks about the 12 mistakes you should avoid when you are buying a piece of land or any piece of property. So you can look at that video. It's on my YouTube channel too. So land, you can buy land with the hope of selling in the future. Land banking is good for anybody that wants to have a real estate portfolio. Land banking is one of those. It should be in your real estate portfolio. You should not joke with it. I can guide you on how you can go into land banking, where to buy, how to buy, and how to know the land that you will buy that will literally give you 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x in the future. Number 2, you can buy same land and build. Of course. You can buy land for the purpose of building. That's number 2. So just buy the piece of land. Of course, the land you are buying for land banking is different from the land that you are buying from the land you want to build. When you want to determine where to build, there are factors you need to really look into. So the purpose of why you want to build is very, very important. Are you building for rental income, or you are building basically for where to stay? And if you want to build for where to stay, it's also very, very important. The environment, the security, a whole lot of factors too you need to consider. So you can buy land and build. And some people, building is very, very tough for them. The motion that goes into building, the details that go into building. But if you think you have the thick skin to go into buying land and building, is one of the ways as an investor that you can go into it. Number 3. Now, for those that I cannot afford to build myself, I don't have the strength, I don't have the energy to build myself. One other way you can go into real estate and build your real estate portfolio as an investor is off-plan projects. Off-plan project. No, coincidentally, before shooting this video, I had a discussion with someone, and I told him, I said, see, and which I'm going to tell you, one of the benefits of buying off-plan is the fact that and as against buying the ready-made. Ready-made is good too, but sometimes you just buy off-plan so that you can monitor the construction process of whatever you are buying. You can determine the quality. You know the quality from the beginning, not just buying a finished product. I mean, this especially in a client like Nigeria. So what is even off-plan? So off-plan is when you are buying a project when it is still at the stage of planning or at the construction stage. That's basically what off-plan purchase is all about. Number 4 is urban regeneration. Urban regeneration, from the word urban, regeneration, yes. So basically this is a form, and it is not the conventional way of doing real estate. Some people will categorize it under real estate business, but as an investor that is looking for how his money will be saved in real estate and how his money is going to appreciate in real estate, I recommend urban regeneration. Basically, urban regeneration is buying a property. You can decide to pull it down, build something new, just like buying a land. But I mean, the value, when it comes to real estate, the value is actually in the land. That's what gives urban regeneration the strength that it has right now. Because there are places in Lagos like Yaba that has old buildings. There are places in the old GRA in Port Harcourt that has old buildings. There are even places in Abuja, even though Abuja is relatively a new city, that has old buildings that you can buy, pull down, and put a new structure. Because most of those old buildings are within an area that housing demand is high. Most of them are even within business district areas and all of that. So urban regeneration is quite strong. And some were not properly utilized. For instance, I was consulting for someone, and he has a 12-bedroom duplex. I mean, in this age and time, what do you want to use 12-bedroom duplex for? He started using it for short let. He was not making money because it was too big. People, a lot of stuff, and he had to do urban regeneration, remodernize it, and convert it into 3-bedroom duplex, some few units of 3-bedroom duplex. And before he knows it, what was not working started working. So urban regeneration is very, very powerful, and there are projects and properties around. There are ways to identify properties that suit and fit into urban regeneration. So if you need help, of course, I'm just your DM away. Number 5, property flipping. Of course, I mean, from the word property flipping, you can buy property, touch it up, resell it. Very simple. I mean, it's not even rocket science. So property flipping is one of the ways you can go into real estate. There are properties that are currently undervalued because you just need some couple of millions to put them in shape, or some couple of thousands to put them in shape. So property flipping is very, very, very powerful. So there are locations where properties are available, which of course you can approach them because of the state of the property. Some properties that maybe the roofing has issues, some properties just need tiling, some properties just need plumbing issues, some properties just need repainting. So probably the owner is dead or stuff like that. So those are some of the situations when it comes to property flipping. So what I would suggest is that you need to do property valuation before you go into property flipping, because the strength of property flipping is the fact that you are buying below the market price. If you buy too expensive, of course, that deal is not a good one for you. Last but not the least in this video is the common one, and which is buying a property for the purpose of rent. So it can be a house, can be a commercial property, basically it's for rent, or it can even be short-let. I have a video that talks about 12 ways you can make money from idle property. You can check out those the videos, and also another video that talks about ways you can make money from empty land, ways you can make money from apartment beyond just the yearly rent, short-let, short stay vacation, a lot of ways you can make money from properties. So check out those videos and it will help you, especially in the area of buying a property for the purpose of rental income, so that you will not just limit yourself to just buying a property just for yearly rent. It doesn't really, especially in this part of the world, it doesn't really pay. So check out some of those other videos. It will help you a great deal. Now, for those that want to go into business, I know majority wants to go into business, of course. So how do you go into the real estate business? See, let me put a caveat. This might not answer all the questions, rather. This video might not answer all the questions. I mean, I can't promise you that, of course, but it will answer your basic yearning. So, and the second caveat is that don't allow the glitz and the glamour to get you carried away. Do your feasibility very well before you go into the business. Do your market research, do a whole lot of stuff, and know the niche you want to carve for yourself. That is very important, because I won't talk about all those details as I'm going into this now. I needed to put that caveat in place so that you will not enter, like we usually say in local palace, one chance. So it is very important that you do your market research and do all those details. Research, know the niche, know what your core strengths are, all those details before you go into the real estate business. Number one, you can go into the real estate business as a regulator. Of course, some of you might be wondering, regulator. Yes, there are agencies in the real estate business that always look for external people to help them in the area of regulation. Some association form and they start regulating the real estate business. You can make your research, like I said, make your research, but regulatory is one of the ways you can go into the real estate business and you can make money. You can be an enforcement officer and you cut deals with the government, enforce government policies and all of those things. These are ways people go into I'm not a regulator. I might not be able to counsel you in that area, but these are ways people go into the real estate business. That's number one. Number two is as a developer. Yes, one of the most glamorous way to go into real estate development. So you can go into the real estate business as a developer. You can do site and services, you can build a house, you can do all those things. But like I said, you need to make your research, know your strengths. All those details are very important when you are going into the real estate business, because real estate is capital intensive and you don't want to enter as a developer, whether you are undercapitalized or you are overcapitalized. So the number three ways to go into real estate is construction. So construction is very lucrative when it comes to real estate. In fact, some people are playing in construction, they don't even know they are playing in real estate. In fact, I've had a discussion with a young chap that is a civil engineer, and I told him, "No, you're already playing in real estate." He said, "No, I don't know. I want to learn how to play in real estate." I said, "No, you're already playing in real estate." So only for you to just determine, okay, I'm playing in construction. Construction is part of real estate. Am I going into vertical construction or horizontal construction? So these are, of course, as someone that is going into real estate, you're supposed to know that. So my advice for anybody that wants to go into construction, look for a formidable person in your field and intern with them. It will help you a great deal. And if you're a civil engineer, you can play in construction. Mechanical engineer, you can play in construction. So you can play as a contractor. That's one of the ways you can play in construction. And you can play as a recruiter. It's one of the ways you can play in construction. You can also play as building materials person. That's one of the ways you can play in construction. Yes, you can be doing supply, block supply, cement supply, granite supply, sand supply. These are ways you can play in construction. These are ways you can play in construction. I know of someone that all he does is he's a foreman, and all he does is he recruits. So because people know him for doing a good job, and he just recruits for people. He's playing in construction. So you just look for your own niche and play in real estate. Number 4, management. You can play in real estate management. Of course, there are diverse ways when it comes to real estate manager. You can play as a facility manager, you can play as estate surveyor and valuer, you can play as land surveyor, you can play in a whole lot of ways, but management is one of the ways you can go into real estate. Make your research. Who are estate valuers? Who are land valuers? Who are property managers? Who are facility managers? Asset managers? So these are ways you can play into real estate. Some might need licensing, some might need further training, some might need fundamental training, some might need proper training, and some might need advanced training for you to play in this area. Number 5, you can be a project financier. So these are people that are fund aggregators dedicated into financing projects. So for instance now, when it comes to real estate, there are 3 basic things. When it comes to housing development in real estate, let me use that as an example. The person supplying the land, the expertise that is doing construction, and the person that is financing the project. So you can decide to say, see, I want to be a financier. It's one of the ways you can play in real estate. It's a little bit different from an investor. Okay, so but here you are strictly being a financier, and of course there are terms and conditions and there are contracts that you will equally sign as a financier when it comes to playing in real estate. So you just pick your own ad. So financier is one of such. Number 6. So just like a financier is a mortgage person too. So the mortgage are people that provide financing for purchase of real estate properties. Basically, that's their job. Of course, there are different types of mortgage facilities that are now available, even for contractors. There are construction-based mortgage, but you can play as a mortgage because mortgage bank is actually a core when it comes to real estate. Mortgage banks are available, although in Nigeria it's quite expensive, and there are other real estate companies too that provide some form of mortgage for their customers, for different kind of platforms too. They provide mortgage for their customers. So just look at how do you want to play. So as a developer, you can add mortgage to what you are doing. You can get mortgage license and have a mortgage bank. You can do a whole lot of stuff because it will ease how you are easily you can sell your property. So mortgage is one of the ways you can actually play in the real estate business. Research and development. Yes, don't be shocked. Research and development is one of the ways you can actually play in the real estate sector. Let me explain something. A lot of people don't know that research and development is huge. It's a huge business. I mean, have you ever heard of huge companies, big companies like Apple, Samsung, how much they spend, Sony, how much they spend on R&D is in millions. It's just to make their products being competitive. So you can decide to carve out a niche for yourself that, see, my business is to do research and development and furnish the real estate company. There are companies that are doing it. All I do is I do research, I do development, I develop new concepts, and I sell them to real estate companies, and they will buy it from you. Imagine, I mean, we have a construction that is ongoing now, and one of the materials that we are going to be using is called polystyrene. Somebody discovered that polystyrene can actually be used for construction. We've done several other projects too that we use polystyrene, but here polystyrene is, in fact, is the major material that we are using. So you can discover all that. Some people have discovered how to use clay pots to do some beautiful form of construction. There are 3D printing right now. There are different things that you can, especially when your research and development is based on things like social housing, mass housing, low-cost housing, how to reduce cost of housing. I mean, you are in for it. Number 8, legal and documentation. Yes, legal and documentation. This is huge when it comes to real estate because Real estate is so funny. You can go to the market and buy a phone and take the phone home. But real estate, you buy that land, the land stays there. You buy a house, the house stays there. You even leave the house, the house stays there. The house stays where it is. So basically what gives you the rights are the document and the legal dimension to it. So, and that is huge business, believe me. If you're a lawyer watching this video, and if you're not doing property law, oh my goodness, you're missing out of a big money. Because, of course, you need to offer good service, you need to offer value, and advise your clients so you can do legal documentation, processing of CFO, property search, property advisories, everything that has to do with the legal and documentation of real estate. In fact, I always tell people that, see, especially lawyers, that please try as much as possible to carve out a niche for yourself. And if you carve out a niche in the area of legal and documentation, that will be an awesome one for you. Number 9, real estate education. Yes, education. You might be wondering, education. Yes. People require training. Like what I'm doing now is real estate education. So you can look into it. Look at, of course, you must have wealth of experience to be able to teach people, of course. I've been doing this now for over 12 years. So I've done a whole lot of projects. I've said in my several videos, running into multiples of millions and billions. So that's what gives me some of the experiences that I have that I'm able to share with you in some of these my videos. So education is one of the ways you can go into real estate. Number 10 way you can go into the real estate business, and is as a realtor. I'm going to be dwelling a little bit here. A lot of people want to go into real estate. They want to become a developer. They want to become this. They want to become that. And I always tell them, the easiest way and the cheapest way to go into real estate is actually as a realtor. I won't be able to break it down in details for you, but it's one of the ways you can start. You can literally map out your journey as a realtor to becoming a developer, to becoming a whole lot of stuff. And even if you are playing in any other ways in the real estate sector, add being a realtor to it. It will help you to understand what the market is saying. Realtors are very, very powerful. In fact, I always tell people now that realtors are the gatekeepers when it comes to the real estate business right now, because they determine whether you sell or you don't sell. So, there are different nomenclatures. Some people call themselves consultants, it's still the same thing. Some people call themselves brokers, it's still the same thing. Some people call themselves agents, it's still the same thing. They are still doing the fundamental of connecting buyer to seller or connecting owners to tenants. That is what we are doing. Whether you're a real estate agent, a real estate consultant, a real estate realtor, or a real estate broker, basically we are doing the same thing. Of course, our scope of work differs because of title. Of course, the scope of work differs, but the fundamental is that we are solving end users' need. And is one of the ways you can go into it. Of course, depending on the client you are watching the video from, being a realtor might require some training. It might require some learning. It might require some sacrifice. It might require you studying some books, and it might require some of those things. And in fact, it might require some certification or regulatory procedures. For instance, in Lagos, Nigeria, there's a LASRERA, a body that regulates real estate transactions in Nigeria. You might need to join. So you can look at the state you are playing, the territory you are playing. What are the certifications that I need to do if it's not within Nigeria? If it's within Nigeria, what are the certifications that I need to do to within Nigeria or within my locality that will make me a certified realtor, a certified real estate agent, a certified real estate broker, or a certified consultant? I hope these have helped you. So these are just basic ways you can go into real estate, either as an investor or as a business owner. So if you have gained value from this, share this video with as many people as possible. And in case you have any question or any area that you feel that you need further clarification, do not hesitate to reach me. Reach out to me on any of the social media platform or any of the platform you are watching this video. Of course, I will get back to you. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.